Be seated now. Our service is about to begin. We ask that you please silence your cell phones. We welcome guests and visitors, members and friends, everyone gathered here this morning and virtually live on Facebook. Come into this place of peace and let its silence heal your spirit. Come into this place of memory and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power, and let its vision open your heart. My name's Denise O'Mara. I'm your worship associate this morning. I'm a member of this congregation and currently serve it as a member of caring team, the scheduler of greeters and ushers. By the way, if you would like to be on my list of greeters and ushers, please let me know. I'll be doing January and February coming up. Okay. I'm a member of Margaret's Circle also. Our worship service today is led by Dr. Jennifer Warren. Dr. Warren is an expert in the art of transformation, a path she has explored from two unique perspectives, as a formal academic and as a spiritual minister. She holds a PhD in communication arts and sciences, a field where she researched the very essence of how humans build their realities, share meaning, and connect with one another. Her theoretical work sparked a practical and profound spiritual calling. She left her career as a university researcher to apply her insights directly, founding Power Profit LLC, an organization that provides intuitive and metaphysical advising. An ordained interfaith minister, Dr. Warren also holds a certification in church leadership and is progressing toward ordination as a Reverend of Metaphysics. She masterfully blends her academic experience with her spiritual service to guide individuals in releasing old narratives and embracing their authentic, intuitive power. Video of today's service will be available on our YouTube channel later today. To those gathered live on Facebook, we welcome your comments as well as your joys and sorrows on that platform. Please remember that this video will be on the internet, so do not share information best kept private. There's one announcement this week. Eastern Service Workers Association has begun their annual holiday toy drive. Please bring a new unwrapped toy with you to service and place it in the bin located in the foyer. We will be collecting toys now through December 14th. Join us next Sunday for Welcome to Our Town, a service presented by Cynthia Javinsky, inspired by the 1938 play by Thornton Wilder, with its main themes of connection, community, love, and loss. Welcome to worship.
I was inspired to pull this song out when I saw what Dr. Jennifer was bringing for us today. And it came about, I just want to say it came about from really loving someone who was in a very difficult place in her life. And it's called Love Herself Through This. Too many years she spent believing that what he spoke was truth. she yearned to break free from his vision of her broken. On the outside she's always smiling, holding tightly to the reins. As his vision gained momentum, his fortress kept her away from her hopes and dreams, her questioning. She feels like dancing in her dreams. Should she stay the same, or fan the fire, desire, yearning, Her inner life tells a different story than the one he spun her in. A whisper of empowerment and glory. Then she slips right back to believing him. How many more years will she choose to suffer? What if she starts listening within? What if she chooses to face the fear, the unknown? Take the leap and step right into her hopes and dreams. The reckoning, dancing and living out her dream. What if she takes the lead, reclaim her power, write her own story, write her own story. She's gotta love herself through this. Love herself through this.
Welcome into this place of healing. Welcome into this place of challenge and growth. Welcome into this place of imperfection and aspiration. Here you are whole. Here you are holy. Here you are wholly loved. Our chalice lighter today is Mia Terracini.
Use the big, or use the big box.
I think we need a new box.
Use the big box.
Oh, yeah, yes. Got it.
Come on, baby, light my fire. What's the magic sound.
Yay! Up for a challenge. We breathe in the warmth of this light.
We breathe in the warmth of this light, its glow filling the spaces where fear and doubt reside. We breathe out the tension, releasing what no longer serves us. As we light this chalice, may each breath remind us of the sacred rhythm of life, the pulse of creation, and the power we hold to shape the world around us. Please rise now in body or spirit and sing our gathering hymn, number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In.
We're going to sing verses 1, 3, 4, and 5, just to make things interesting.
Now light the children's religious education lantern.
I have a story first, then we will do that. I don't want to stress you out lighting too many things right away. So today's Time for All Ages was created by our wonderful guest speaker, Dr. Jennifer Warren. And she is here to tell us all about the power of release, and I am super excited to learn about this. So before I get into what she's written, I want to tell you a little bit about what I do. So I've had a morning meditation practice for a while. I love to start the day with gratitude or a loving kindness meditation. Sometimes I do a visualization or an intention setting practice. But recently I started to do an evening meditation, and I started doing a body scan meditation. Because I realized I was waking up every morning with a headache and a sore jaw from clenching my teeth all night long. And so anybody else ever have that happen to you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's not a great way to start your day, right? And you also understand the connection between the thoughts and the stress that you have during the day and how that can really affect your bodies. So we're gonna use that connection for our Time for All Ages this morning. So we're going to use our two hands. So everybody look at your hands. Give your fingers a little wiggle. And we're going to start first with our left hand. All right, so hold up your left hand. You don't have to wave it around. Just make sure you got it in view of what you're looking at, all right? So this hand believed that its job was to hold on. It found things it thought were important, like a label of I am a student or I am an athlete. It found an expectation like I must be perfect. It found a heavy feeling like an old argument or a mistake. Now, I want you to take that left hand that you were holding up, and I want you to grab all those things, all those thoughts, all those expectations, all those things you felt like you couldn't or shouldn't let go. Grab them, squeeze them into the tightest fist you can possibly make. Squeeze it. Do you feel that? Do you feel how tight your knuckles are? You feel the muscles in your arm? This hand is holding on. This is its identity. It believes, I am this fist. I am this story. Now look at your other hand. This hand is different. Let this hand be soft, open, relaxed. This is the open hand. This hand can feel the air. It can wave to a friend. It can receive a gift. It can give a high five. The tight closed fist looks at the open hand and it says, I can't let go. This is who I am. If I let go, I'll be nothing. But the open hand knows a secret. It knows that being a fist isn't an identity. It's just a job. It's a story it's holding. So let's see what happens. Let's be brave with our closed fist, and very slowly let's uncurl it one finger at a time. Feel the muscles letting go. Feel it open. Now take a deep breath. Look at your two open hands. The first hand didn't disappear. It didn't become nothing. It's still your hand, but now it's free, it's light. That feeling right there, that is the shift from a tight fist to an open hand, is the power of release. And that is the journey that we are all going to explore together today, either right here in worship or in our RE Learning Lab. And I invite those of you who are young people present or those of you young at heart to join us in our RE Learning Lab, where we'll do some chit-chatting, do some crafts, hear some stories. But before we do, we will light the religious education lantern. Do you want to read the words while I light it?
We will now light the children's religious education lantern. We light this lantern for our children and youth, and for us, celebrating the flame of faith lighted in each of us, honoring the light each of us brings into the world, rejoicing in the community that we create together.
Go with wisdom, go with wonder, go to meet a brighter day. Learn to see the light within you as we send you on your way.
A book is provided in the foyer, in which you are invited to write whatever joys and concerns you have as you enter. I will now read what you have shared. I'm delighted to share that my son Brian got engaged to his longtime partner, Davika, last week. Much joy from Karen York. She went out with Let us share a quiet time together to reflect on our week. During the musical interlude, you may come forward and place a pebble in the water to acknowledge a personal joy or sorrow. let us be in the spirit of prayer. Blessed and holy creation, universe of wonder, mystery beyond definition, we share today our joys and sorrows, listening deeply to the things that cause us to weep or worry, and lifting our hearts as one at those things we would celebrate together. Our hearts are touched by this shared ritual, and we are connected. We pray for those who are apart from us, whether by distance, time, or conflict unresolved. We pray for those who thirst, whether for water, dignity, or justice. We pray for those who are in danger and who yearn for safety. We pray for our small, blue, fragile planet. Amen. We will now take a moment to give and receive the morning offering. In a moment, the ushers will come forward to pass the offertory baskets among you who are in attendance. If this is your first time visiting us today, you may let the basket pass, as your presence is gift enough. You can also text a donation to 609-293-4495, or for those who are participating online, please visit uucsjs.org and click on the yellow donate buttons for ways to donate. Each week we see a small and sometimes great miracle happen as people open their hearts and share their resources with this community of spiritual growth. No matter how you support us, we appreciate you and your generous heart. After all, your donation is what keeps us going, and no matter how those gifts are offered, they are always most gratefully received. The ushers will now accept the morning offering.
want that down?
Do I step on it?
Yeah, because everybody wants to see your pretty face.
I didn't want to break it. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Excellent, excellent. I just want to reach out to Deb and say just thank you. I sent around an email because I had this message to give, and in my list was the Unitarian Universalist Church of Southern New Jersey. And Deb heard it, and she replied to me and invited me, and I thank you so much. Truly, I'm humbled. And I thank everybody here who has been helpful in supporting this talk and just giving me life to, just be me.
Thank you for reaching out.
So, today is the power of release, and this is just a snippet of the life that I've lived and what drove me to the point of separating myself from, I call them systems. This is a snapshot, and I'm glad that I have the opportunity to share this with you. And it's a snapshot really that brings to sort of a nice sort of circle of just all the things that I've learned through the process of ongoing release. So, I am an educator. I'd like to ask you to participate with me for a moment. If you have ever experienced a time in your life, a job, a relationship, an identity, that you had to let go of, or perhaps completely reimagine for it to work, please raise your hand. Look around. We are definitely in good company. Does anyone feel comfortable sharing a bit of what that was and maybe how you felt on the other side? It's okay. You can communicate it telepathically. I got it. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Julie, and I'm in the process of taking a more traditional career in real estate into a more creative road through real estate, and having to do it on computers, which is taking a lot longer than I thought.
Yes, that's definitely releasing something and then getting into the process of learning something important to continue to progress and move forward with your desires, your dreams, your hopes as you move into this new real estate creativity endeavor. Gina, did you want to share?
Oh, sure. I wanted to say that the first song that I sang, I was inspired by someone that I loved who was in a very toxic relationship. And it took me probably 2 years after I wrote it to realize that I also wrote it for myself. And when I was young, I was in a very good growing experience, but I wouldn't say that it was something I'd ever want to relive. And so as I chose to leave that relationship, I had no money, I had no place to go, but I knew I needed to get out. And I got out, and everything just fell into place. And I also worked, quite vigorously and happily in my newfound place. I stayed away from any relationship, even a superficial one, for a whole year. And then I met my husband, John. So it's all good.
That's right. Releasing provides opportunities.
Yes, it does.
Thank you for sharing that. Oh, would you like to share too? Yes.
At 45, I left everything I knew here in New Jersey, my family and everything, and drove cross country to California to go to chiropractic school.
Wow.
And graduated when I was 50. And
I just realized that people at home aren't going to be able to hear this online.
and opened up a healing center in California that I kept for 10 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
I know.
It's amazing. It's so different types of release, different
Yeah.
ways, and it's all individual, unique, but they all are significant, and they all matter. Anybody else want to? I saw another hand. Do one more. Yes.
Make sure that's on.
Is it on? Okay. About 2014, I began to notice that the quality of my work was suffering because I wasn't paying attention and maybe my brain wasn't working as well as it had been. Now, I was very identified with my profession.
Oh, yeah.
I would have told you, if you pushed me a little bit, that I was among the best ever. I was very identified. But when my work started to suffer, I faced a conflict between my desire for integrity and my desire for pride.
Wow.
And I had to release that identity as the consummate professional in order to keep my sense that I was a good and honest person.
That's profound. All of it. Thank you. Everyone's comment. I appreciate you sharing that too. And I do appreciate everyone's honesty. And again, as you can see, everyone has different release and different situations that's still defined as release. There is no one definition of release. It is individual and it is unique to the person. And so that feeling, perhaps in the process of these examples you shared, and for those who did not want to share, you felt a feeling, a complex mix of fear, grief, relief, and freedom. I felt a sense of relief as you were talking about the other side. And that is what I'm here to talk to you about today. And as you know, I'll say it again, my name is Dr. Jennifer R. Warren. That's important, that Dr. Jennifer R. Warren, right? And so for over 2 decades, I was a research scientist, an educator in large university systems. Like for many of you, or those of you who know these different categories, I was attached to R1 systems. These are the huge research universities that do a lot of the work. And the idea is that they hire the best of the best of the best. I was the best, yeah? And so I built my entire identity on that title. Dr. Warren, the research professor. For decades, I told a line in a life journey that was defined, actually, by the ivory tower. But that tower, for me as a Black woman, was not a place of intellectual pursuit. For me, it was a place that exhausted my natural essence, my life energy. It was a system that, while preaching academic freedom, practiced institutional racism, which I know you've heard this word before, that attacked me and many of my sister peers professionally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally. So I got tired, real tired, and I walked away from a 25-year career when I count everything postdoc and postdoc education and all that. And when I left that life behind, those years behind, I had to learn from scratch the profound metaphysical and spiritual process of release. And I didn't know it was release when I was releasing, but yes, it was a profound lesson in release. And today I want to share a little bit of that journey with you. I want to explore how we move beyond just the physical act of leaving a job or ending a situation and into the spiritual, intuitive work of letting go. It's a journey of how to mourn the old, to truly embrace an authentic new. And I know the word authenticity is thrown around a lot. So lend me your ear. My story is not unique, clearly, but the lessons I'm going to share today, I believe, are universal. So when I first left the university systems, I wasn't brave. Actually, I was very terrified. My whole self-worth had become dependent on the external classification and validation. Again, I was Dr. Warren, the research professor. My value was placed on the things I had: the title, the grant awards, the publications, and the honors and awards. When those were gone, I didn't really know who I was. I remember standing in my office packing up 2 decades of life into boxes and feeling a profound, hallowing grief. It was more than just leaving behind a building. It was the death of an identity. And again, I'm reflecting back. I didn't feel it was the death of that identity, but that's what it became. It was the realization that I had been for so long labeling myself according to socially sanctioned rules of power and prestige. I had taken on the illusion, a prescribed representation of value and worth. Prescribed meaning somebody gave it to me. Ascribed means it comes from me. Instead of living in my own authentic expression of self, the career was a life I had forced myself into. I thought it would give me respect, get me respect. I thought it would get me a lot of money. I thought it would make my family all happy because I was successful. Yes. Forced over what I thought was externally moving me into that. And the cost was immense. I have to tell you, it led to persistent anxiety and depression. If you can imagine having persistent anxiety and depression almost fully over a 25-year career. It was isolation. If any of you know about academia, it is extremely isolational, I don't know the word, isolative. It's about you doing you. And they have real words for it. It's just you with the computer, constantly churning out ideas, concepts. Then you share your stuff, and then you go back to the computer. And after doing that for quite a while and feeling anxiety and depression, I began to try to cope in ways that were self-destructive. That's a whole nother discussion. I was living with this constant, profoundly distressing energy. I felt like I was trapped. I didn't know what to do. And so this brings me to the first crucial lesson, that letting go is not just a physical act of leaving a building. It is an act that is an intuitive spiritual one, because somewhere in there, I heard something, felt something that said, you need to go. Can you click the PowerPoint, Dave? I'm sorry. See, I forgot. We cannot embrace a new life, period, no matter what we're releasing, if we have not properly mourned the old. We must grieve the identity that we're shedding. And I'm gonna tell you, the grief was real. Many nights of crying, not knowing who I was, trying to figure this stuff out, feeling lost, feeling unappreciated, feeling like I couldn't talk to people because what was I gonna tell them? But we must sit in that discomfort, and discomforting it was. And everybody who was around me, particularly my son, felt the brunt of the turmoil that I was facing, leaving that identity. We try so hard to rush past many times, moving into something new or releasing something, to jump into new opportunities. Let me tell you, when I first left, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna start that business, I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna do this. And none of it was fulfilling to me. None of any of this, nothing I tried was fulfilling. But I hadn't allowed myself to mourn properly. You cannot build on a land that hasn't been cleared. And mourning something you've been so wrapped up in, just like a loved one that passes on. Mourning is the clearing. It's the space where you can grow. You may not feel like it, but it is an opening to something new. And this, of course, led to some shifts in perspective. So there I was in an empty space inside and really outside. Where was I gonna go? I had no conferences, no classes, no collegial virtual meetings, no research meetings, nothing. So in that silence, after the grief, a shift began to happen. I realized that holding on to a painful identity was like holding my breath. Releasing it was the first full body exhale I had in 25 years. This shift, anchored in practice, for me was meditation, where I would sit in the pre-dawn silence and just be. And I tell you, my plant fleshy, I don't know how many of you talk to plants, but my huge plant fleshy, elephant ear plant, gave me a lesson on just being. Plants do nothing but just exist in a uniqueness, give their love and energy to the world. It told me to just be. Stop trying to be. And so this was the work. Some call it radical self-acceptance. Can I just be and accept myself? I need to do this. I need to run. I need to work. But radical self-acceptance, it was difficult. And I'm still going through that. Because self-love is not something you do and you just keep. It's work. And so it's not an abstract concept. And self-love can actually provide a path to something new, because you begin to understand and appreciate who you are. And it is work. It is work. But it is worth it because you come out sort of understanding some of your natural, intrinsic gifts, talents. And so I'm going to move on because I can get into self-love and talk a lot about that. Because we don't do it enough. I began to understand my identity through this process of radical self-acceptance, which is actually a term from dialectical behavioral theory. I read that theory one time and I was like, oh my goodness, and then I forgot it. And then all of a sudden, during this time, that idea came back to me. So nothing's random. You engage things that can help you later on in life when you need them. And so I understood my identity as an essence, not as a construct. And this brings me to my second lesson. Your identity is not your job. Your identity is not your life. Your identity is not your role, your club, your friends. Your identity is the authentic essence that you bring to everything you do in life. I was no longer Dr. Jennifer R. Warren as I began to shed that. I began to understand myself as a healer of souls because the experiences I've had, the things that I've been through, that was a gift that I had, experience and understanding. And as a practitioner of harmony, after leaving all that and being on edge for all those years, I just wanted peace. And I began to practice peace in every area of my life. This shift moved me from a life of egoism, selfish, self-absorbed, constituted by the external, to a life of what I called oneness, Ubuntu, South African word, meaning I exist because we exist. Me and my computer never understood that. And so I began to understand that we are all connected, that there is a synergy among us all with the universal life force. I realized there was divine power working through us and within us. But for so many years, my divine power had been captive, dimmed by blockages and obstacles of a life that did not fit. The release was the act of removing these blockages, both internal and external. And I think it's also a shift in perspective. I began to see things not as obstacles, challenging people that I thought, I can't stand them, as not challenging, as something that was here to help me grow. My perspective changed. And so, this all sounds serene, doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure you don't think that after I told you about all the turmoil I went through. But some people think it is serene. It's a process sitting back, meditating, we'll get it together. So the third part of my journey is embracing the unknown. That's the scary part. What's on the other side? What is on the other side? I left academia with no plan. Now, my mom would have rolled over. She's passed. She would have probably rolled over in her grave. You're leaving a job with no job? I did have a job. My job was finding who I was. and all the money and all the material things didn't mean anything to me after a while. And so the third part of a journey, like I said, is embracing the unknown. I left a stable career to start my own business, a spiritual guidance and advising venture. And let me tell you, the overwhelm was, and sometimes still is, very real in trying to start something new. There's a vulnerability in that process. I realized that I couldn't wait for ideal conditions because I was never going to get to some point. There is no getting. That I was never going to get to some point. And so I had to transform. Like I thought before in academia, I could transform these systems. I could make changes in the academy. But you know what? I realized that that wasn't my fight. That wasn't my battle to be waged. I had to leave and build something new. And this revealed the final, most important lesson. Release is not a single event. It's not a one and done. It's an ongoing daily practice. And for those of you who have lost loved ones, you know it's an ongoing daily practice to get somewhere that you can find some sense of, okay. But it's still a daily practice to maintain. You don't just release a 25-year career. You release it every morning you wake up and have to define your own schedule. You release it when you meet new people, and you can't say, I'm Dr. Jennifer R. Warren. I work at blah, 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 blah. You release it when you choose to orchestrate your life, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but instead of relying on a musical score. We can get a score that's already prepared for us, the notes we are to sing, how they're connected together, or you can become the maestro of your life. This is an ongoing practice that creates a space for new opportunities to emerge. We are constantly shedding painfully what we know to be true. But the outcome of that release, the outcome is a profoundly de-stressing energy. The difference is between being forced and emerging as a force. So my journey has been one of moving from a life that has been defined externally. And it took me a long time to understand that. I just didn't get it. I wanted that. I chose that. How was that external to me? How did somebody give me that? Who forced me? I did it myself. It takes a while to get to that point where you begin to understand just how conditioned many things are in our life. And so the journey is into a life that's defined by the internal, by purposeful authenticity. And I say purposeful because even in the things that we do in life, you can forget that you found yourself and begin to drift back to the things that made you feel comfort. And so the lessons I'm sharing today, I just want to review them real quick. So release is an intuitive spiritual act. And the first lesson is we must mourn the old before we can embrace the new. We must shift our perspective to see our identity is not a label, but an authentic essence or energy of self. We must embrace release as an ongoing practice for our true purpose to find us. We don't find it. I chose to share this story here for many reasons. I shared the invitation to come on in. But I've always been drawn to the wisdom of Unitarian Universalism. It's not my first time in your wonderful congregations. Your own history is one of release. In one of the sermons I came here for a couple of weeks ago, I was introduced to John Murray, the founder. I didn't know about him. He sought to release the old, rigid chains of Calvinist dogma. He sailed across the sea to an unknown place, to begin something new. But it was an authentic journey, aligned with his purpose. Murray Grove I learned, offers a space to release the noise of everyday life and reconnect with our inner selves and even to each other if we choose. That is the power of release. One of your greatest promoters, Andrea Lerner, she said it beautifully. Our faith is not interested in saving your soul. She said, we're here to help you unfold the awesomeness you already have. Again, that is the power of release. It is a sacred act of unfolding. So I ask you to think back to the question I asked earlier, and you raised your hand about, or maybe it's something new that you're embarking into. What is the one thing in your life right now you need to release, no matter how small? What blockage is dimming your divine power? I encourage you to find the courage to begin that process of release, because true power, I have learned, this is the main moral of the story. True power is not found in what you hold on to. True power is found in what you have the power to release. I thank you for allowing me to share with you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Warren, for Jennifer, for using your own story to help us understand ourselves and the journey we're on, lifelong quest, really, to become not what we do, but who we are, you know. Thank you.
Please rise in body or spirit to sing our closing hymn, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place, which it is right now. Thank you, Dr. Jennifer Warren. Number 1008 will be singing 1, 2, and 3. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, every trust and wisdom in each of us, every kind, every fear and God, and we see our faces in each other's eyes. Then our heart is in a holy place. Heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, we got blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell a story from deep within, when we listen with a loving mind, when we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the thought of our heart stirs within, and we feel the power that
Our closing words today are What Gives Us Life by Vanessa Rush, Southern, and Allison Jacks. Life is complicated and uncertain and gorgeous with some things we can count on. It has seasons of struggle and seasons of delight, and sometimes the two blow in and bloom simultaneously, like now, maybe always. And we are here together, all of us from different corners of the world and different families here. Breathing together, questing together, holding each other through it all, laughing and singing in the face of it. If there's a journey to liberation, if there's a way to live resurrection, I think it's like this. May what holds us in bondage to death or loss or hurt or sadness or literal heartbreaking limits be released. And what gives us hope, life, joy, rebirth, feel invited to claim us, and may we claim it. Sinking our roots down into what grounds us, reaching toward the sun, flowering into this season, all of whose traditions witness to life more abundant, claiming us after a season of loss and winter struggles of heart and mind and spirit. And may we open our hearts to the abundance of creation that surrounds and sustains us. Amen. Let's read the words together for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame,
but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts
until we are together again.
I changed the song because of everything that Dr. Jennifer Warren said. You have to go with the flow. And this song is called I Belong. And I wrote it when I really felt like I didn't belong anywhere. I think we go through that many times in our life, right? When you change who you are and where you are. Thought that this chapter was closed. Shut out my feelings. Living denial is easier. Will I ever find my way back to the place when I knew that I belonged? Remember how to trust my heart, my mind. Letting go of what went wrong. It's never easy facing the demons of yesterday. They're always with you, reminding the importance of empathy. Hey, I'm finding my way back to the place, remembering that I belong. Remember how to trust my heart, my mind, let my feelings, let my feelings sing this song. Ba-da-da-da-da-ba, ba-boom, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. my mind, let my feelings sing, let my feelings sing this song. But up down I am. But up down.
Thanks for that, Gina. It was really beautiful. We warmly welcome all of you who are visiting us today. Now let us share in a moment of silent reflection to consider today's message and the meaning it has in our lives. Go Eagles!